So, you guys are gonna think I'm nuts, but I have this theory. I think it's right. I have no way to prove it. I just going on intuition, I guess. Not that that has any weight, but this is my theory about the universe. So, we know the Big Bang happened, right? We can tell because of the cosmic background radiation. Now, if you were to look at the cosmic background radiation, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of that sphere, you'd see a cold spot. And that's an abnormality in the pattern of the cosmic background radiation. It varies by too many microkelvin to be normal. So, this cold spot, there are many theories. One is the supervoid theory. I don't know the rest of them off the top of my head. But the multiverse theory is my favorite, and what I think is true. The multiverse theory of the cold spot and the cosmic background radiation is that there are multiple universes in superposition, which is where there's one and then they're just kind of layered. They just keep going. And that there are infinite universes. And now my theory is that or the multiverse theory is that another universe bumped into our universe and left a bruise, and that's what left the cold spot. And now, my theory as to how this makes sense is that all universes are quantum fields. They are represented by some sort of field, a mathematical field. All physical objects, for example, this iced tea. This is a disturbance in a field, manifested in the form of matter. Matter and energy, you can convert between them. They're conserved. They're not destroyed or created. They are always equal. And my theory as to how this is true is that the universes aren't copies of each other. They all contain different things, and that our universe was still when like space and time are represented by disturbances in this field. Think of a field like a blanket, right? Our universe is a blanket thrown into a bed, just thrown. It's got ruffles in it, and those ruffles represent points where... Sorry, it's my washing machine. Points where matter and energy come into existence. Those disturbances in the field are manifestations in physical space. And space is also created by this field. When there is no disturbances, there is no space. When there is disturbance, there is space, and there is time. If there is no disturbance, there is no time, and there is no space. And these disturbances manifest as space and as objects in space. And now, that's my theory as to how the outside of these layered universes work. So, think of them like blankets on top of one another, I guess. And what was I gonna say? They're represented in that manner, like wherever they are. I don't know where these fields are because they have to be somewhere, I guess. But space in our world is manifested through the disturbance in the quantum field that is our universe. The layer, basically. So, my theory is that a universe that has contained matter and energy, one of those universes that is either above or below or to the left, right, or whatever side of us, parallel to us, this universe experienced a massive disturbance in its field. Some sort of expulsion of energy that caused this field to trough or crust so largely that it actually touched our universe and left a bruise. And when it touched our universe, it was like cracking a whip, like, boom, and all of a sudden this completely still lake, it's like having 1 billion rocks thrown into a lake in the same spot, like just waves, huge waves, and that instantly created space. In the first 3 seconds, most of the universe had expanded already, and things were still forming. And so, my theory is that this universe transferred its energy in the form of a wave to our universe, our quantum field, through a waveform disturbance. Like how two magnetic fields can disturb each other, I think that a quantum field disturbed our quantum field, or a universe disturbed ours in the form of waves, like it experienced a wave, and that wave was so massive in energy that it interrupted the sealness of our the stagnancy of our universe's quantum field, and technically transferred matter in the form of energy. And so when everything snapped together, it transferred all that hydrogen over here. Or, well, it transferred quarks, which merged together to become protons and neutrons. They merged together to become electrons and protons and neutrons, the quarks. And those quarks, and then those merged together to become atoms eventually. That's what I think. So that's my cat. So I think then, after this universe had hit us, I theorize, this is just a possibility. I know what I've said so far I think is true. I hypothesize that, besides what I said, our universes can also move. Our quantum fields can physically move. So, like, say my finger is just a line with 2 points, one here and one here, right? So, not only can it move like this, like up and down, it can experience waves, it can move like this, in 3-dimensional space. So when this universe hit this universe, and interrupted it, and started to move it, it moved this way. Like it curved, and then it went down a little bit, to get away from the other universe. And as a result, might have caused a chain reaction transferring energy through other universes. And so on and so forth ad infinitum, basically. That is my theory. I think it works. So far, all the math, I don't have time to explain it or look at it with you. I don't have the editing skills to do that. I mean, I do, but I don't have the editing materials to do that either. But, you can Google most of this. I can try and provide some links, which I definitely won't do. But you can verify most of what I'm saying. Not the thing about the universes moving within 3D space, the fields, but most of what I'm saying about quantum fields and energy transfer and matter and stuff like that, that's all true. You can look that up. You can background check me. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But this is what I think, based on what I've heard, this is what I think is true. And I believe this. This is how I believe the universe works. Just on what I know. I'm putting together the hypotheses of other scientists that have been verified and making an assumption based on their data and their knowledge and their thoughts as well. I think this is what holds true. I think it will be found to be true, maybe with some other technicalities, some slight differences. I think that, or maybe even just the premise of what I'm saying is correct. I can't see it not being, especially about multiverse theory. I think multiverse theory is absolutely true, and superposition is absolutely true. So that's my theory as to how the cold spot exists, and as to how the Big Bang was started, and as to how the world, as to how the cosmos work. Sorry if I sound crazy. Sorry if you don't understand what I'm saying. If you'd like more stuff like this, Please tell me. I'd be happy to talk more about science. I love quantum physics. I just don't know people who like talking about it. You can look at the YouTube channel Veritasium. Fun fact about that name, it's Latin. Means the element of truth. Because, potassium is an element. It's verit, or vera, which is, that's Latin for true. So veritasium is the element of truth. I like that. I think that's cool. Veritasium, SciShow, who else does good videos? Vsauce, I love Vsauce. Michael does great videos. Michael and some of Jake's videos on, portals and stuff you should watch. Kevin does really, really good videos. They're very informative. On Vsauce 2. Vsauce 1, 2, 3, Veritasium, SciShow, Minute Physics, and Minute Earth. There's so many other channels that have given me this information. Oh, it's okay to be smart. Definitely. Smarter every day. Yeah. Well, that's where I get most of my information from. Oh, also D-News. D-News is good. Alright. It is almost 1 o'clock. It's 12:52 here. I need to sleep. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you just heard, please comment, subscribe, like the whole 9 yards. If you need to talk to me, my website has all my information, my phone number, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Facebook, everything. So please do that. Thank you. And you have a swell night, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you live.